So I tell people, never cancel people. Don't assume you know anybody, and don't speak negative to any child, because in that child could be a best-selling author.
My goodness.
Today, you know, my books are textbooks in that school.
In that same school?
Where he called me a monkey. In the Bahamas.
And then
today.
you were telling me earlier on at Harvard. You went to speak at Harvard?
Oh, yes. Harvard University. Yes. It's a school where Mr. Obama graduated from. Many of the President of the United States in top school, Ivy League. I never dreamt that I would be asked to come to speak to Harvard University. But about 5 years ago, one of the professors read one of my books on leadership, and he brought me in to speak. And the place was packed with all these professors, critics, the intellectuals of the school. And there was about 17 to 18 different countries represented in that meeting. There was about 600 people in Harvard University. They came to listen to me lecture on leadership. And I stood up, they gave me the microphone, I spoke, and after about 30, 40 minutes, I got a standing ovation. So I didn't realize, I mean, I get people applaud for me very, very often, but they said Harvard University has never given a speaker a standing ovation.
Come on.
It was the first in the history of the school.
And who was right after you?
Well,
I'll tell them. Tim Robbins.
Yeah, Tim Robbins supposed to be the #1, of course, motivated in America.
Correct.
He decided he was not going to speak after me anymore. So he came up and apologized, and then told them he got to come and have lunch with me. But my point is that Harvard University is an Ivy League school, and to have my books there as textbooks is very humbling. But to be asked to come back 5 years consecutively to speak, to lecture, is a very significant accomplishment for a black person.
Do you have the time? Do you get the time?
Well, you know, I believe that everyone is given the same amount of time every day, 24 hours. We become what we are based on how we use our 24. So no one is better than anyone. It's how they invest their 24 hours. And what you are today is a result of how you use your 24 hours. If you don't like who you are, you must change the way you use your 24 hours. Some people sleep most of it.
That's right.
You know, I get an average of 4 hours sleep every day.
4
hours, yeah.
I'm just getting started with 4.
Yeah, I think you cannot really make an impact in the world and get 8 hours sleep. It's impossible. If you're going to pursue your dream, there's going to be a price you have to pay. So there are 3 words I use to define how I manage my life. The first word is prioritize. The second word is organize. And the third word is discipline. You must prioritize your life. You must decide what do you want to accomplish in life. Document your purpose. Design your destiny. Put on paper what your plan for your life is. If you don't do that, you'll never prioritize your life. Once you know where you're going, you also know where you don't want to go. So your destiny not only defines where you are going, it also defines where you're not going. So you are able to prioritize your life based on your destination. Then you must organize your life according to what you prioritize. In other words, be able to say no to people, even they may offer you something good. Good is not always right for you. The greatest distraction to people is good things, not bad things. If you're going to be successful, you must be able to say no to good things, not just bad things, because good may not be right for you. Right has to do with what takes me to my destiny. That's why I write a lot on the word purpose. Purpose is really discovering why you were born. And I am convinced, Jeff, that every human being was born to specifically solve a problem in their generation. You're doing it right now. There's a problem in the world that you were born to solve. This program is actually meeting a need. You were born to meet the need of someone in your generation. So every human came to earth with something specifically to do. And most people never find it. That's why they end up with a career instead of a call. I mean, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
What you're saying is really resonating across the board, Doc, across the board. And before the break, we'll talk about the 5 things, 5 questions.
Yes, every human being on earth is motivated by 5 questions. The man sleeping under the bridge on a piece of cardboard, or the man living in an ivory tower, they both are trying to answer the same 5 questions. First question, who am I? Second question, where am I from? Third question, why am I here? Fourth question, what can I do? And the 5th question, where am I going? The first question deals with identity, and the average human being has never answered the question, who am I? I didn't say what you did. Sometimes I ask people, who are you? And they say, I'm a nurse. And I say, no, that's what you do. Who are you? It's a revelation of your essence, of your person. Most people never know who they are, so they die as someone else. Second question, where am I from? People think of that as an ethnic question, ethnicity. You know, I'm from Africa, I'm from Asia, I'm from China, I'm from whatever, Europe. No. What I mean is, where are you from with regards to your creation? If you think you're from a monkey through evolution, then that's how much value you put on yourself. If you don't know where you're from, you'll never know what you are made of, what your qualities are, what your ability are. This bench we're sitting on, you call it a bench. It's actually a tree.
Correct.
How strong is this bench? It's as strong as the tree it came from. So the source determines what something is and what it could do. How much weight can this bench carry? It depends on the strength of the tree. So if you can find out where you came from, you also find out your ability, your strength, and your potential. Third question, why am I here? It's a question of purpose. Why do I exist? Why was I conceived in my mother's womb? What did I come to earth to do? Did I come to earth just to go to work and pay bills and die? It's got to be more to life than just going to work, paying bills, retiring, and die. This is a lousy life. If that's all you're going to live for, there's got to be a purpose for your existence. Fourth question, what can I do? What is my true ability? The average human only uses 10% of their brain, they say. So to be a genius, all you got to use is 11%. So I decided that before I die, I want to use at least 25% of my brain. So I'm working hard at that. But no one knows your ability except the manufacturer. So never allow anyone to judge you based on their measurements or even their tests. Mr. Robinson, in his class, I was an F student, but I finally figured out I wasn't a bad student, he was a bad teacher. Sometimes the problem is the teacher, not the student. The teacher couldn't teach, so the student could not become. So I had to become my own teacher, and I exposed my own ability, my own potential. The last question, where am I going, is a question of destiny.
Yeah.
No one was just born just to die. You were born to fulfill an assignment. And your assignment is already trapped on the inside. There's a story of a man who actually had a farm in Texas, and he heard about them discovering gold and oil out in California. He went and sold his farm for $38,000 back in 1694. And the guy who bought his farm for $38,000 US, very cheap farm, he gave him the money. The guy went, he bought some donkeys, he bought some pickaxes, some shovels. He went out to California looking for oil, looking for gold, looking for all the wealth, pursuing his fortune, he says. 3 months later, the man who bought his farm began to dig for water. Up comes oil. When the report got to California, the guy who sold the farm was on a donkey, read the paper, fell off his horse, and died from heart attack.
Yeah.
Because he realized that the farm he sold had the oil he was looking for.
All along.
My point is this: what you're looking for is right where you are all the time. You don't got to leave Kenya to become great. It's right in Kenya.
That's right.
Some people dream, if I can get to Great Britain, I'll be successful. No. Success is right here in Kenya. I mean, thank you very much.